One sentence runs this whole morning, so take it down. Capacity gets built before it's needed, never during, and the opportunity you're waiting on is never going to arrive as a test of what you already built, not an invitation to go start building. Let me define capacity, because it's a corporate word for a very concrete pile of stuff. Capacity is everything that's already in place the second the moment lands. A second service that you already know. So when a client asks, you say yes instead of I don't really do those. A rate you can name without your voice shaking, because the skill under it is real. Systems, rebooking, deposits, the way you run a full day so you can take on more without the operation buckling. Even a cushion in the bank account so you can turn down the wrong haircut without panic. None of that can be thrown together the moment that you need it. All of it has to be sitting there already, built and waiting. Readiness is the through line this entire morning. Boring, built in advance, and nobody claps for it until the exact second it saves you. Some of your capacity isn't even in your hands. Part of it is out in the world, carrying your name. It's the documented work, the reviews, the reputation that walks into a room half a step ahead of you. A year of steady posting isn't a job you finished once. A standing asset vouching for you while you sleep. Reputation only banks in advance. There's no stepping outside some afternoon and earning 5 years of trust because suddenly you need it that week. And the moment never announces itself, by the way. A good chair at a better shop opens on a Thursday, and they want an answer by Friday. A client who could bend your whole career walks in as a nobody on a slow afternoon. Your shot at a higher rate lands the day you finally get too booked to take everyone. If your skill hasn't kept pace with that number, you raise it, clients leave, and you learn the expensive way that the price was never the real problem. Opportunity keeps its own schedule. Not once in the history of this trade has it waited for a barber to get ready first. Picture that Thursday actually happening. A barber you respect texts you. The chair beside his just opened up. It's a better shop, better foot traffic, better money, and the owner wants to meet somebody by Monday. Beautiful news, right? Now everything you did or didn't do over the last year walks into that meeting with you. Say you spent your slow hours building. Your book is portable, your work is documented, and your skills fit a busier chair. You say yes on Thursday, and now you're cutting there in 2 weeks. Now say you spent your slow hours waiting. You say, let me think about it, which is just what unready sounds like out loud, by the way. While you scramble to get it right, the chair goes to somebody who was already ready on Thursday. Same text, same opportunity, but two completely different lives and outcomes. And both were decided months before the phone ever buzzed. Here's what I left out of that story. Neither man did a single thing on Thursday. Thursday was over before it even started. The one who said yes had spent 11 months building an answer to a question nobody had asked him yet. He built it on boring afternoons that felt like wasted time while he lived them. He didn't rise to the moment. He already met it months later in an empty shop on a slow afternoon when nobody was watching. The other man wasn't lazy, and he wasn't less talented. He was still getting ready, and ready never shows up on a schedule. Add up your own dead time. It's bigger than you would guess. Say your book runs 60 or 70% full. Normal. That's most working barbers on most weeks. On a 40-hour week, 60% full leaves 10 or 12 hours where you're at the shop and not cutting. We'll call it 10. Now spend 3 of those 10 on one deliberate build, one skill, one offer, one system, and hold that line. 3 hours a week comes to about 150 hours a year. 150 hours is not someday. That's roughly what it takes to get genuinely good at a new service. enough to build the package that lifts your average ticket, enough to learn the razor work that clients start to request you for by name. A barber who fences off 3 slow hours a week walks into next year with a new capability bolted right onto them. A barber who scrolls walks in with the same hands he had this year and a slightly better For You page. Same slow Tuesday, opposite years. Now, which one thing do we pick? You can't build it all at once. Trying to is just a fancier way of building none of it. So use this filter. Build the thing that's currently capping you. Every barber has one bottleneck, one constraint that holds the ceiling down harder than anything else. Maybe yours is speed. Your work is clean, but you're slow, so you can't take many more haircuts even when they sit right in front of you. Build speed. Maybe it's range. You do 2 haircuts really well and you steer people away from anything else, so half the walk-ins are never going to be yours. Build range. Or maybe your hands are fine and the business is a mess. No rebooking, no system, money leaking out of 6 holes. So go build the system. Don't build the thing that's most fun to practice. Build the thing that unlocks the most haircuts once it's handled. Fix the real constraint, and everything downstream of it loosens at the same time. And now 150 scattered hours lift one specific ceiling. And let me draw the hard line, because this is where good intentions go to die. Busy work is not building. Reorganizing your station is not building. Scrolling other barbers' fades, not building, no matter how much it feels like research. Answering the same 3 DMs for the 9th time is also not building. Building it has a specific shape. It's a rep at something you're currently bad at. You have to do it on purpose. It feels a little uncomfortable, and it aims at a capability that you don't have yet. If it feels comfortable, it's probably maintenance. And maintenance is fine, but maintenance isn't growth. So here's the test. At the end of the hour, can you do something you couldn't do at the start? Yes means you built. No means you were just busy in a way that let you feel okay about the empty chair. And this stuff compounds. That part should light a fire under you. Skill you build this quarter makes next quarter's skill faster to build on top of it. A system you set up once keeps paying out every week with no more work from you. Capacity isn't a bucket you fill and empty. It stacks, and it earns interest. A barber who started stacking 2 years ago isn't just 2 years ahead of you. Compounded, he's further ahead than that. And the gap doesn't hold steady on its own, the way you keep hoping it will. It widens a little more every month until it widens every month that you idle instead of stack. Eventually, catching up stops being a matter of effort and it becomes a matter of years that you can't get back. Picture a firehouse for a second. A firefighter spends almost none of the actual job inside of a burning building. Most of the shift is the exact opposite of the emergency. They check the truck. They test the hose. They run a drill they've run 1,000 times. They study the map of a neighborhood that is not, at the moment, on fire. From the outside, it looks like getting paid to sit around. But sitting around is not what they're paid for. They're paid to be ready. Because the one thing nobody can put on a schedule is the alarm. The 4 minutes that decide everything get won or lost across 400 quiet hours nobody was watching. Your slow afternoon is the firehouse. That empty chair isn't you waiting on the fire. It's you checking the truck or watching it rust. Now, let me be straight with you. I'm about the last guy who earned the right to preach this. For years, my slow afternoons were a genuine masterpiece of looking busy. I would reorganize my station for the 3rd time that day. I would do research, which meant watching other barbers on my phone and calling it studying. I told myself I was waiting for it to pick up. And the whole time, the picking up was supposed to be me, built by me, in the exact hours I was burning. So no, this isn't coming to you from a mountaintop. I'm handing it up from the bottom of the same hole. I know how cozy it is down there, and I know exactly how it dresses itself up as patience. Now let me take you to the far end of this, because it makes the case better than I can. The oldest barbershop on earth is in London. It's called TrueFit and Hill. Guinness certified it as the world's oldest back in 2000. It opened its doors in 1805. Say that number nice and slow with me. 1805. That shop has been open for 220 years straight. Through wars, through crashes, through every trend that was supposed to kill barbering and didn't. You do not stay open that long by being talented in 1805. You stay open by rebuilding what you offer over and over and over in every slow stretch 2 centuries can throw at a business. So every time the world changed, and it changed constantly, they were already the shop that had kept up. This isn't a story about being old. It's a story about using the quiet to stay ready on repeat for 200 years. TrueFit and Hill is this whole episode run long enough to show its full shape. The comment section has one job before Craft Corner today. What would you build right now if you truly believed the slow stretch was for building instead of waiting? Name it. Putting it into words is the first rep. It's the moment you stop asking for the green light and flip it yourself.